Do you hate stretching? Do you feel like you're really inflexible and stretching just doesn't feel good? That's because it really is uncomfortable when you try to stretch a muscle while straining to stretch it or contracting it at the same time. It's not effective, and what it does is actually increase your risk of injury. You can tear some muscle fibers, you can get a cramp or a spasm. It's not a pretty situation. A lot of times we're stretching standing up, stretching our leg muscles, for example. If you try to do that, your legs are already busy supporting your weight. Trying to have them be strong and stretch them at the same time is counterproductive. Or that doorway stretch where you push into the door frame and you try to stretch your pecs, they are fighting against that. So what we're going to do is a series of 3 videos I call lazy stretches. They are gentle stretches. They are for anyone. I don't care if you're inflexible or not, but they feel good. They're going to get some more oxygen and blood flow to the area. They'll lengthen your muscles over time. And it's just nice. We'll let gravity take it. We'll be lazy. So this time we're going to start face up. And these are all face up stretches today on part 1. So go ahead, lie down, get comfortable. And we're just going to start by stretching our glutes. So just bring your knee towards your chest. Now you can clasp above the knee, or if you have a sensitive knee joint, you can clasp underneath, is a little more safe for your knee. And all you're going to do, you can have the other leg bent or straight, and you're just going to let gravity and the weight of your hands bring it in towards your chest. Now with stretches, you want to go into the stretch very slowly and out of the stretch very slowly to avoid any spasming. Muscles don't like to be surprised. So take a nice couple breaths here, in through the nose and out through the nose. And enjoy that feeling in the back of the hip. Slowly let that leg go. And let's bring the other one up. So slowly get behind the knee and let it just fall into the chest and enjoy the stretch. Couple deep breaths here. Always want to breathe deeply when you're stretching. And then for our next one, we're going to stretch the hip external rotators and piriformis particularly. So you're going to bring one knee up, and then that leg you were holding, turn it outward and cross it over like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair, but it's just lying face up. Now this may be enough for you, even if your leg is over here. That might be enough. You might feel a stretch in the outside of the hip. If you do, just stay there. If you want more, you're not feeling anything yet, slowly begin to bring your leg up, clasping behind the knee again, and drawing it towards your chest. So I'm drawing the left knee towards the left shoulder. It's a good idea to flex your feet to protect your knees, and you should feel a nice stretch in the back side of the hip and the leg even, sort of down the ITB area. If you even want a little more, if this isn't quite enough and you want a little more intensity, start to bring that right knee over towards the left shoulder. And you'll get a little bit more intensity into that stretch. It shouldn't be painful. It shouldn't feel like it's about to rip. It should just feel good, like a good lengthening stretch. And wherever you are, hold it. You can also use this elbow to press the knee away if you want to get a little more of the stretch. So I'm pulling in with my left knee, and with my right knee I'm using my right elbow to sort of press it away. So there are lots and lots of different levels you can do here, all while being lazy and lying down and enjoying it and breathing. So let's slowly let that down, again, slowly out of a stretch, and we'll just switch. So we'll put the right foot down, or whatever foot you didn't do yet. Other leg crosses over at the ankle. Slowly pick it up and clasp behind the knee. Flex the feet and start to draw it in. Again, you can push the knee away to get a little more intensity there. So I'm pushing the left knee with the left elbow as I draw the right knee towards my chest. And of course, you can move it over a little bit towards the right shoulder for just a little more in that outer hip. It feels so good. Take a deep breath. And then one more, in through the nose, out through the nose, nice and slow. Great, and slowly come on down. We're going to get those hip internal rotators and the adductors. So bring your feet together. And what you're going to do is just allow your knees to fall open. And if that feels crazy, like it's too much, bring your feet farther away from your groin. If you're not feeling very much, bring them closer in. Now your knees might be up here. That's fine. Use pillows to relax them into the pillows so that they're supported. But I like pillows rather than, say, blocks or books, because they give you somewhere to go. So as your legs start to relax, your knees will fall down a little more, sink down into the pillow, which is nice. If you're fine without props, just let your knees hang, let gravity take them, and some nice deep belly breaths. And just breathe into the hips, opening up here through the front. Feel a nice stretch. I like to close my eyes while I'm stretching and just feel. And on the long exhale out, make sure you empty all the air before taking a new breath. And you'll notice as you breathe and relax into it that your knees do start falling a little more towards the ground. Mine are. As just all of that musculature begins to unwind. When you're ready, slowly take your hands behind your legs, draw them together. We're going to leave them together. Shift your hips over to the right just a little bit to give you room to let the knees fall over to the left. This is a wonderful spine stretch. Now you've got your knees going to the left and you want your upper body moving to the right. So you can put an arm out to even extend that twist. You can turn your head towards the right to really give your spine a nice twist, wringing it out, massaging all the organs. It should feel really nice. So I like to put my same side hand on my knees to just press away a little bit. You don't have to. You could keep your hands out in a T. So the idea, though, is that you're going to get your knees coming towards the ground and your right shoulder towards the ground. You ideally want them both to touch the ground, but if they don't yet, that is fine. You're working towards it, and you're just letting, again, gravity do the work for you. You can be lazy and just let gravity do the stretch for you. So another nice deep breath here. Slowly come on up, and we'll do the other side. So shift the hips a little bit to the left so they can stack. Drop the knees over to the right and bring your left arm out. You can put a hand on your knees to intensify it a little bit. You can turn your head towards the right to get a full spinal twist. Try to get your left shoulder towards the ground and just breathe. So good. And start to bring your knees up. We're going to do one more stretch now to open up the shoulders. So you can have your knees bent or flat on the floor if you want. And you're going to bring your arms out like a cactus arms. So they're bent my elbows are bent at 90 degrees, and my upper arms are perpendicular to my torso, also at a right angle. And just let your arms fall out. Now, if this is too much and your elbows are up here, just start a little lower. You could just even start with your arms flat out and let them relax. As long as you feel a stretch through the front of the chest, through the pectorals. So you're here, and even if your elbows are up a little bit or you're not flat down, just let, again, gravity do the work for you. And just breathe into it, and you'll find if you take a nice few breaths and wait here a minute or two, your arms will start to float towards the ground. You'll feel them sink, and it feels nice. And if this isn't enough for you, if your shoulders are a little more open, go ahead and bring them up more to sort of like a T and allow them to relax. And that is our part 1, lazy stretches. And you are going to be so much happier when you learn our new way of stretching, which isn't really a new way of stretching. It's just gotten less popular over the years, and I think we need to bring it back. If you like this video, if your body feels better, comment below, let me know your thoughts, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel, of course. I'll see you in part 2.